the win, and that's always the important thing at the end of the day. But how upset were you the fact that you had to put your starters back in late after being up by such a big margin?
Yeah, I wasn't happy. I didn't think that's 2 nights in a row that our bench has come in and kind of giving up leads. So it's something we can fix. They just didn't play well, to be honest. I thought, as bad as they were defensively, I thought it was offense where they didn't have a lot of movement. So we'll be able to fix that.
And then from the starters' perspective, it seemed like Danny Green and Ben Simmons were able to kind of have a little bit more of a pick and roll type of thing. Ben is the roller, Danny's the ball handler. Is that something you want to see more of moving forward?
I just like anybody with Ben as the roller. It doesn't matter. Tonight it just turned out in our movement that it happened to be Ben, Danny in that corner. That could have been Seth or Tobias. Teams go under. They're so off of Ben, and so that guy comes off Ben's screen with a shot that always brings up Ben's guy, and then Ben slips behind. So we don't mind where it's at. We do like it a lot, though.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Paul Hudrick.
Hey, Doc. Last night you had Ben kind of come in and, Lonnie Walker was giving you guys some trouble. Ben came in and kind of slowed him down tonight. It was Kobe White. Just how big has Ben been the last 2 nights and kind of stemming the tide there against two players that were really starting to get
Yeah,
high?
every night. And again, you don't see me campaigning, and I'm not going to, but I'm just going to say it again. There is not a better defender in this league. That last side out of bounds play, they ran a great action. Ben blew it up completely. They couldn't get the ball in. He gets a steal, and the game's over. I don't know how many times he's done that. We're talking about ultra quick guys. We're talking about big guys. I mean, his ability, his strength, I think, is what surprises most of the guys that he's guarding. So he's just been really good for us.
Thanks, Doc.
Keith Pompey.
Doc, I know you talked about you didn't like the movement of your second unit, but the first unit, it was a whole lot better than the last game.
Yeah, they were phenomenal. I mean, when you look at the plus minuses tonight, when you look at 20s for basically everybody, and then all the minuses on the second unit, it just tells you what they were doing offensively. I mean, we shot 3%? Now I can't see right now, but I think it's 53%. And it was really all our first unit guys who shot the ball well. So it was really nice.
All right, thank you, Doc.
Lauren Rosen.
Hey, Doc, I know we have talked about the second unit, but I did want to ask you about a bright spot with them. Matisse's play on Markkanen at the end of the first quarter when he had a block and a steal within a couple seconds. You've talked about it, Ben's talked about it, Joel's talked about it, but his case for an all-defensive team in just his second year, playing just 20 minutes a night. Can you just tell us about that play and maybe what that says about him as a defender as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, Matisse has a defensive impact every night, and he's showing us now, something he hadn't done in the past or even this year. Is that he can guard bigger guys. And that's really important for us, especially if we want to play with a small lineup with that second unit and we can get away with him playing for us. I mean, in Markkanen's case, even a 5. It gives us definitely a different dimension.
Christos Soltas.
Coach, what did you learn in the last couple of games about your team that maybe you didn't know it so far, and what would you like to maintain those games?
Yeah, I don't know if I learned much. We're a good basketball team. We can win games on the road when we don't play great. I think that's a great sign in some ways. This is a team that hadn't played well on the road and lost games when they did play well in the past. Now we're winning games on the road and we don't play well. I think that's a really good sign moving forward.
Time for 2 more. First, we'll go to Austin Kroll.
Hey, Doc. In terms of just going back to that bench, collapse again in the fourth quarter, is that something that's more along the lines of just, generating consistency, or is that about the guys on the court being accountable for themselves?
Well, it's probably also all those above. I'm not that concerned by it. I can tell you that they've been great overall. Last night they were great in the first half, and today they were great in the first half. It was just the second half is where they didn't finish the game, and they've been finishing games all year. So, again, I'm not that concerned by it. We just have done it 2 games in a row.
Next, we'll go to Jackson Frank.
Hey, Doc, you mentioned, learning or just figuring out Matisse can guard bigger guys as of late. Is that something that you just you tried to see if you could do, or do you see something on film earlier in the year? What kind of led you to
No, we had no proof of it. We just tried it. We were already ready to pull the trigger and get a bigger guy if it didn't work, but we just felt like if he used his body and his speed, early on we actually thought he struggled against bigger guys. So, but it's not, honestly, it's all Matisse. It's nothing we worked on. We didn't strategize about it. We just did it, and he's doing a great job of it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.